Okay, what?
Okay, this is Carl Dix, and I'm coming to you from Revolution Books in Harlem. We got some serious stuff to talk about. This not guilty verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case is a green light for further white supremacist violence and fascist mob rule. And the system that delivered this unjust verdict is illegitimate. It's no damn good, and it needs to be gotten rid of as soon as possible, overthrown by a real revolution. If you care about Black lives, if you care about injustice, you need to get your head out of your cell phone, out of your selfies, stop snarking, stop staying in your lane, and join the RevComs in preparing for this needed revolution now. Enough bullshit and pretending like reality isn't clear. Anthony Huber and Jojo Rosenbaum, the two men that Kyle Rittenhouse murdered, were heroes. And if you're a decent person, you need to recognize them as such. They stood up for Black people. They stood up against police terror. Their lives and even their deaths meant something. It counted. Kyle Rittenhouse, on the other hand, is a sniveling white supremacist punk. He's a hero to fascists for carrying out this cowardly, cold-blooded slaughter. That's why Trump celebrates him. That's why Proud Boys insurrectionists put his face on t-shirts, and why they took him out to dinner and wined and dined him in the months leading up to his trial. And this verdict is going to be taken as a green light by racist mobs and vigilantes everywhere, and GOP Republican fascists in government who back them to unleash even more terror. If decent people keep sitting on their asses, the fascists are going to take this verdict as swinging the door wide open for them to carry out a one-sided slaughter. That's the real. Bob Avakian, the revolutionary leader and author of The New Communism, has spoken to what people need to do, and I'm going to run it down like he laid it out. Instead of fighting and killing each other, what people need to be doing now is uniting to defend each other, opposing all unjust violence, not launching attacks on anyone, but at the same time, not allowing the police or civilian fascist thugs to wantonly brutalize and murder people. And people need to do this as part of building up the forces for revolution. Instead of snarking and sniping at each other and being divided by identities, people should be working to unite everyone from every part of society who can be united in the fight against oppression and injustice, with the goal of putting an end to this system that is the source of this oppression and injustice. That's Bob Avakian from This Is a Rare Time When Revolution Becomes Possible. Why that is so and how to seize on this rare opportunity. No one who has an ounce of justice in their hearts should accept this verdict. This is not a time to be saying we got to roll up our sleeves and work to get rid of the inequality in America, because America has that inequality and oppression built into its very fabric and framework. If you're sick and tired of seeing so many people treated as less than human, you need to get with the RevComs, get with the leadership of Bob Avakian, and enlist now in the movement for an actual revolution that can sweep this system and all the horrors it perpetrates into the dustbin of history. You need to check out revcom.us. You need to go to @the_RevComs on social media. And while you're at it, go to @Carl_Dix on social media. Those are ways that you can connect with this movement for a real revolution and be part of building up the forces that can get into position, and when the time is right, move to end this system through a real revolution. So that's what I got to say on this. And look, I said it, but I'm going to keep talking because I'm thinking about this and looking at key turning points in history. You know, back in the 1850s, they passed the Fugitive Slave Act. And that said that anybody anywhere in the country was bound to help slave chasers who came looking for runaway slaves. And that if you didn't help them catch those runaway slaves and take them back into slavery, you were a criminal. Clearly, they were advancing a very reactionary agenda through that. But there was another side to that. A lot of people saw that law for what it was, and they said, I am not collaborating in re-enslaving people who maybe escaped from slavery and maybe just happened to be Black and got caught up in it. And that led to a buildup in resistance to slavery throughout the country that led to and sparked the Civil War that actually formally ended slavery. Well, this is another pivotal moment. Look at what they are saying. It is okay for fascist mobs, for white supremacist vigilantes to come out to protest and murder people. That they can do this, claim self-defense, and walk away scot-free. We who see this for the horror that it is, and more of us need to see it that way, have to take this as a line in the sand, a line that we're going to go across. We're going to take a stand. We're going to say, we cannot allow this to go down. We're going to stand up against it. And we are not going to be held back by getting outside of our comfort zone from engaging and ultimately connecting with the real solution to the horrors of this system. Because that solution does not come down to becoming a tail on the donkey of the Democratic Party, because that's a no answer to the challenge being posed by the aggressive from these fascist mobs. The real answer is making revolution and getting rid of this system once and for all. You've got the leadership for doing that in Bob Avakian, the author of The New Communism. There's a movement for an actual revolution that's spreading a declaration, a call to get organized for revolution now. Go to the website, revcom.us, check that out. Also check out the Revolution Nothing Less show. Premieres every Thursday on the RevCom's YouTube channel. This is where you can learn about the revolution, discover what it's about, how it sees the world, and how it's acting to transform the world. And you can get connected with it and be part of it. Thank you.